There are 2 minutes left. A person you hold in high regard who is currently in paradise has urgently requested that you open this. Please, my dear child, pause for a moment. Take a deep inhale. It is not a coincidence that you are currently reading this message. Something wonderful is about to enter your life in just 2 minutes. Furthermore, someone who held you in high regard and is now in paradise is making every effort to contact you. It's been 1 hour since last night. There are 2 minutes left. A person you hold in high regard who is currently in paradise has urgently requested that you open this. Please, my dear child, pause for a moment. Take a deep inhale. It is not a coincidence that you are currently reading this message. Something wonderful is about to enter your life in just 2 minutes. Furthermore, someone who held you in high regard and is now in paradise is making every effort to contact you. It's been 1 hour since last night. In dreams and signals you failed to notice. It unexpectedly caused me to shiver. Currently, they want me and my angels to be their spokespersons. As a result, it is critical that you remain vigilant, youngster. This is the message they want to convey to your spirit. They are still present. Not really. Assuming that love is eternal, changes happen. It becomes more luminous. It transforms into security, a gentle breeze, a startling recollection. Their radiance is currently enveloping you like a cloud. They're aware of your distress. They were the only ones who witnessed your tears. They listened as you spoke to the sky, hoping that someone would hear you. Yes, they heard you. They have consistently exhibited this behavior. My darling, they are expressing this quickly. You are about to discover something significant. However, you must first perform a minor maneuver. Allow your emotions to reopen. They observed you closing it. They noticed you becoming more resilient. Nonetheless, they are now pleading with you. Avoid remaining numb. Avoid obsessing about hypothetical scenarios. You were never isolated. Not at that time. Not at this time. It is not just a message. It seems that God has intervened. There was a reason it had to reach you at this time. Because there is only so much time left, something is changing. Someone is conversing in the background of your life. It refers to the person you loved who has since died. They want you to release your remorse by forgiving yourself. Avoid revisiting that day because you know you should have done something differently. They would like to inform you that they were in good health at the time of their departure. They were in love at the time they left. They grinned as they transferred your name to the world beyond. Your actions were enough. You were sufficient. They are currently assisting you from the opposite side. They are aware of the events that will occur to you. They are aware of your ambitions, even things you didn't say aloud. They are now conversing in a murmur. It's almost here. However, it is critical that you stay prepared. It is critical that you regain your faith as it is approaching. My guardian angels are now present in your vicinity. They've got their palms on your shoulders. And if you remain remarkably still, you may be able to detect the exact moment the person enters the room. The present moment is that time. Yes, there is a star in the heavens. Allow yourself to feel it in your heart. You may experience prickling sensations all over your body. It is possible that your eyes will moisten, so the sensation you are experiencing is not a result of your imagination. It entails engaging in conversation with others. Now, my child, listen carefully. In the coming days, an unusual and sacred event will take place. They will be brought to your attention by an unexpected thought. A song, a book line, or a smell. They're informing you that I'm still present. Please be cautious. Avoid discussing it or the subject at all. They helped you to demonstrate something. It was a transformation, revelation, or miracle. In reality, a miracle is about to occur. However, it is no longer necessary to flee from the signs. They want you to be honest and not delay your recovery. Fall in love with a new person without hesitation and take risks that seem too good to be true. Because of their inferior quality, they want you to be aware that they are solutions. They remained in love even after they left Earth. These people have been with you since that time. It appears that your emotions have turned into prayers. An apparition recorded your anxieties. They know the person you're dreaming about. Yes, that person. Additionally, they want you to stop waiting for your turn to be chosen. You've already been selected. Choose yourself, my child, and dove. It is not solely focused on the past. It pertains to the next stage of your existence. A gentle shouting sound comes from the heavens. You should not avoid it out of fear of experiencing emotions again. You are now secure. Heaven is watching. It carries your name. The steps are being demonstrated to you. Be cautious. Furthermore, if your heart is experiencing an unusual sensation as you read this, it is a sign that the divine is currently influencing you. Furthermore, my child, I require you to take steps to ensure the permanence of this divine influence in your life. Before reading the rest of this message, please click the like icon. Not just a gesture, but an act of worship. Because by doing so, you are informing heaven that you are open to this contact. I am prepared for the events that are about to occur in my life. I'm not interested in that. Turning opens the door to God's favor, which is already on its way to you. It is your confirmation of the miracle that calls to you. Execute the action immediately. Allow your thumb to symbolize your faith. Also, observe the sky's reaction to your bravery. Initially, fire and then navigate. Please listen to this. This message contains a timestamp from heaven, indicating that you are currently being roused from delay and into divine alignment. Take that into consideration. Not all is lost. Not every item is defective. Certain things are becoming more sacred, including your life. It is not located behind you. It is located directly in front of you. Glows. Hold on. Please refrain from proceeding. If you believe this message is for you, please subscribe immediately. This is how the angels will continue to convey divine messages to you. Do not leave without maintaining communication. There is someone in paradise who wishes to maintain a connection with you. Now, here's what paradise wants you to know about this moment. When you click subscribe, you are not simply following a channel. You are growing in your relationship with God and fulfilling the prophetic prophecies that have been made for your life. You inform the spirit world, and I communicate with God's words. I'm preparing for the next word, sign, or confirmation, which will help me decide what to do next. Subscription isn't a button. This is a pledge. The voice of heaven is urging you to keep it audible in your life. Complete the task immediately, youngster. Your subscription should serve as a mechanism to keep you in sync with God's timing. You may not be able to recall that moment right now. It's possible you're skeptical. As a result, they want you to remember this information, stay engaged, and subscribe so that the next message arrives when it should. Simply for amusement. This is unsuitable for you. It improves one's morale. Please listen once more. Confirmations will begin within 72 hours. A name, a letter, a dream, or a private visit may serve as the signal you need. You will feel an unparalleled sense of calm. Avoid disregarding anomalies. The unusual is sacred. You are becoming aware. They have been attempting to inform you for several days. Refrain from looking back. I'm currently in good health. In addition, I want you to be healthy. Love has returned. Please revisit your fantasies. Regain your faith. You're not behind schedule. You are punctual. However, the gate to this message will close for the day in just 2 minutes in the spirit. If you continue to navigate past this, you will miss heaven's offerings. Are you willing to walk me through it? They are not currently weeping with sorrow. It is freedom because they have finally expressed everything they had wanted to say for a long time. They're aware that you heard them. Finally, now take a deep inhalation. Inhale deeply to capture the tranquility of their presence. Their smile will make your heart beat faster. Constantly feel their affection. Keep in mind that the people you love will never truly disappear. They have recently undergone a transformation, so they are capable of consistently guiding you. And before you forget, before this moment fades away, let me remind you of an internal force you've been attempting to suppress. That was an excruciatingly painful experience. When you feel an unexpected sense of protection. You cannot simply recall that. This is the essence of being present. The person you lost is reaching through the veil, murmuring, "I see you. You're being heard. I've never departed. You've been transporting a massive amount of weight. I've seen your ability to smile in the presence of others, but you crumble into silence when no one is around. They have also observed it. It is disheartening for them to know that you still believe you are alone in this world. You're not. Someone from paradise is currently holding your hand, so you are not facing this life alone. Wrapped in my light, their essence is present alongside you. And they keep repeating the same thing to your spirit. Don't quit at this time. You're now more accessible than ever. Are you experiencing an emotional surge? The unexpected emotion that appeared out of nowhere? It is not coming from outside sources. There's a sacred awakening. As a result of the divine circumstances in which this message was written. This sentence was precisely what you needed. These are the exact lines. They are not only intended to provide solace. They are a phone contact. A key to a hidden treasure within you that has been sealed for an extended period of time. A sacred object. The person you adored and ultimately lost. They are not asking you to relinquish control. They are requesting that you allow light in. To allow the return of mirth. Allow yourself to dream without worrying that it will vanish. In addition, they are attempting to convey another message. A person about whom you are unsure. The person who occupies your mind. I am also watching them. I'm assisting in the direction of that situation. Avoid haste. Refrain from running. Allow the heavens to fulfill their duties. Child, you are so close to something you cannot comprehend at this time. And as you question your path, heaven is preparing for your breakthrough. Heaven is preparing the miracle you have stopped requesting. Do not underestimate the activities that take place in the background. God and angels are moving mountains for you as you sleep, weep, and scroll through videos to make you feel less alone. Furthermore, the person you care about, whom you thought was dead, is part of the strategy. Certainly, you read it correctly. They are involved in your upcoming chapter. Did you think they would overlook it? You believed you would be forced to complete the entire journey without them. However, they will be present in ways that are currently beyond your comprehension. They will celebrate each time you succeed. They will lift you every time you fall. And when you eventually meet someone who truly deserves your affection, they will gently whisper, "Say yes." But for now, you must give in to your own desires. To the healing process, to the act of moving, and to refusing to shut down simply because it is painful to do so. You are a living infant, so vibrant. Try it all. That is the point at which the divine's presence becomes most visible in your vulnerability. Even your suffering is holy in its vulnerability, as it demonstrates your deep love. Love of this nature is eternal. It is critical that you understand this reality. The reason you were drawn to this message was not solely spiritual. It's foretelling. You're currently being prepared. Prepare for an exchange that will change everything. Be prepared for an unexpected visit. Be prepared for an emotional release that you were unaware you needed. I must inform you of this immediately because heaven has indicated that it cannot be postponed. There is someone who has been concealing the truth. Furthermore, you will receive communication from them. Divine orchestration, not accident. The time is rapidly approaching. However, you must remain vigilant. Don't overlook it. Do not allow grief to obstruct the bounties. Avoid allowing fear to obscure the indicators. You have been incredibly resilient for an extended period of time. It's time to let yourself have a tender heart. Accept the process of receiving. There is one additional item. Do not flee from the next person who evokes feelings of calm. Do not question it. That tranquility confirms your arrival and serves as a gentle reminder from above that your time has arrived. Do you understand my message? Heaven is realigning itself in your favor. And your name, your beautiful, sacred name that has been worn in conflict, was spoken this morning in front of an angelic audience. They gathered, and the person you lost was among them. And they said, "That individual is my person." Help them recover. Rekindle their faith. Assist them to stand. Rise up, child. It is critical that you attend when summoned, rather than because you are ready. You are being called to a higher purpose, a change far greater than you could have ever imagined, and happiness. This anguish will not shape your identity. The story continues. Furthermore, the upcoming events will make each unanswered supplication appear to be a mere prelude. This message is sacred. Yes, but you are as well. The healing that you receive is sacred. Your optimism is returning. Currently, they are singing about your existence with the person you miss. Now take a deep inhalation. Close your eyes and say softly, "I am not alone. I'm surrounded by it. I'm unharmed. I am prepared." As you are, the things you thought were lost are about to resurface, and they will be even more magnificent than you imagined. Then, my beloved child, pay attention, because the message is still being conveyed. There is an additional component. The portion they requested that I personally deliver to your spirit. They begged me, if you can only provide them with one thing, let it be clarity. May there be peace. Let it be a realization that we are not divided but transformed. I've now infused that into your spirit. This environment made you forget. It occupies your time. It led you to believe that silence lacked meaning. Yet I am here to remind you that silence is abundant. It is filled with the murmurs of those you have loved. It is full of messages from me. It reverberates with the chirping of angels sent to accompany you when you're feeling frail. Your soul misses the person who has passed away. They did not leave in agony. They departed peacefully. They were aware that you would remain in the area and were curious if they could hear me. The response is affirmative. There's always an asterisk. They were aware of your tears that night, despite your inability to express them. They felt your presence when you whispered their name into your pillow. When you expressed your desire to stay in the country, they replied, "I am." I am allowing them to communicate via this message because there are no more tomorrows to regret. Only the present moment remains. And if you're reading these words through tears, chills, or confusion, that's your confirmation. Spirituality is not a figment of our imagination. It is the most genuine object you've ever encountered with your soul. The soul you cherished is not gone. It has been waiting for the right moment to emerge. They assert that that moment has arrived. Inform them that I forgive all offenses. Inform them about my pride. Inform them that I am present in ways that aren't always obvious. Tell them to persevere until the breakthrough occurs, because you are so close to falling to your knees and proclaiming, "I finally understand why everything had to happen the way it did." Please, my child. However, you must refrain from waiting until that day to resume smiling. Commence today. Even a small, shaky smile counts. If you continue to be receptive, I will inform you of upcoming events. An unexpected phone call will arrive. A message will be received. Surprising. The heart will become more empathetic. One whom you expected to remain silent. A door will open. One that you thought was secure. Furthermore, someone you care about, whom you thought you had forgotten, will unexpectedly recall all of your details. For what reason? Because heaven is more than just a source of comfort. It is sending alignment to you. The previous version of yourself, the one who doubted their worth, beauty, and purpose, is now disintegrating. You are currently experiencing a rebirth. And the one who loves you from heaven is clapping, smiling, nodding, and exclaiming, "Asterisk, you finally see what I've seen all along." Asterisk. They aren't just proud of you. They are in awe of you because you have gone through pain that would have devastated most people. Regardless, you continue to attend. You continue to make an effort. You remain in love. Are you aware of how much this empowers you? In addition, I need you to hear another message, my child. You're not cursed. There is nothing wrong with you. You are not being penalized. The fire is transforming you into someone capable of carrying more light than ever before. However, there is a problem with lighting. As it grows within you, it will expel any falsehoods. As a result, if you have been experiencing difficulties, fatigue, or the loss of friends, it may indicate a need for soul cleansing. There is no destruction. It is currently being prepared. The individual in heaven is aware of the next steps to be taken. They made a concerted effort to ensure that you received this message in order to prevent you from declining the imminent spiritual upgrade. This message is meant to serve as your signal. This is the moment for your soul to say, "I accept this. I am ready." This moment no longer scares me because there is an unknown entity beyond it. Something sacred. Something that bears your name and represents the person you deeply miss. They will be present when this happens. Child, you will meet them again. That's my assurance. However, in the meantime, live your life in a way that will make them proud to call your name in heaven. Be boisterous. Maintain silence. Be forthright. And love, even if it's frightening. Close your eyes before the end of this. Place your hand over your heart and say thank you repeatedly. I get it. I think. I remember. I am not by myself. They heard what you said and are now walking away quietly, relieved that you finally heard them. Don't let this be your last chance, however. The index finger on the back of the hand points to the right. Sign up now if this truth resonated with you. It is not over yet. It's the start of a new way to communicate with heaven. Let every video and message from now on serve as a reminder that God sees, hears, loves, and guides you at all times. The person you inquired about is still present. They already knew God better. And now you are too. Now, child, as this message reaches its final soft echo, lean in a little more, because the next thing being shared was supposed to be the last. It is the holiest, and not because it is small. Yes, that person you care about, who used to make you laugh and wipe away your tears, died with a piece of your soul still inside them. They have been thinking about something they were unable to say while here. They say, through the veil, I did not leave you with a shaking, loving spirit. I had to get out of the way to assist from behind. They want you to know that they remember the last time they spoke with you. Even if you can't remember something, the other person does. They treat it as a valuable asset. They return to it frequently. And no matter how sad, confused, or in love you were, the words you spoke never faded. It traveled to the end of time. They witnessed you break down in your car. If you were alone in a room and looked up at the ceiling, you wished someone would give you another hug. Their hearts break when you stare at their face in a picture for too long before moving on to the next one. They saw everything. They whispered to me, "Don't let my person carry this pain forever." I heard them say, "I see you. I am going to do something about it." So grief is something that cannot be erased. Grief is a holy sound emanating from deep love. You feel this strongly because you love so much. That is lovely. That is holy. However, you must now resume your normal life. To be completely honest, life is not a punishment. Yes, it is okay. It is right to seek happiness again. To start over so that someone will love you again. It doesn't matter if you feel betrayed. There's no betrayal. It is following up. They do not want you to forget. They will support you as you continue. They know what will happen and want you to be awake and prepared when it does. That's why they asked me to make one final promise to you. Sparkles, something will happen in the next 72 hours that will remind you of me. Don't be upset when this happens. That's how I know you received the message. That way I'll know you've heard me. That's how I'll know you're healing. It'll happen. So don't question it when it happens. Don't claim it's just a coincidence. It is confirmation, not proof. Because accidents do not occur in the world of angels. Everything is chosen. Everything has a timer. And the moment you're reading this is one of those ideal times. You did not come across this message by accident. You were led here by hands that you cannot see. Because the voice from heaven had one final request for you. Promise me you will not die because I died. They didn't leave you to fall apart. They allowed you to stand. Heaven holds its breath as it watches you and anticipates your actions in this moment. Are you going to close your heart once more? Will you take even one step back into the light? The child is in motion. Heaven is by your side throughout the journey. The person you love gently encourages you to keep walking, saying, "Go on, love. I am currently present. I've never departed. I'm extremely proud of you." Inhale deeply and feel the sensations in your bones. It is palpable in the chest. That is not an emotion. That is the act of being in the present. They are currently present. They will be with you tomorrow, the next day, and every day after until you see them again. However, for the time being, allow the child to live. Not really. No, not out of fear, but fully, bravely, and beautifully. When we forget, miracles do not happen. The miracle is that you are able to remember and continue to choose life. I need you to take another action before sending the final parts of this message. If you have not yet subscribed, you should do so right away. Also, if you have, click the bell icon to ensure that you never miss the messages God intends to send you. Subscribing is more than just a means of maintaining communication. It refers to aligning with the divine plan for one's life. Each subsequent message is precisely timed to help you advance, as indicated by the prophetic timeline. Each word directed at you is intended to provide assistance at precisely the right time. By subscribing, you are telling God that you are ready for the events you have promised to happen. I am currently preparing for the next stage. Child, complete the task immediately. Your commitment should be the final component that unlocks the desired outcome. If your soul has sensed it, do not let it fade. Get closer. Shine. Enroll now to keep receiving the messages God is sending your way. These messages fulfill a purpose. These are the responses. Here are your indicators. In your mind, you've been praying for the chance to feel that love again. This isn't a goodbye. This is the beginning. Your soul is cordially invited back. It has been ready for your arrival. Heaven has also. Amen. Now, child, please allow me to extend the time for you with each remaining word. Please be patient while the individual's spirit is still communicating. Not yet. They are aware of the difficulties you have overcome in continuing to persevere. They understand that you may present yourself as a tough person in the morning in order to survive the day. They also understand that there are nights when the silence is so intense that it feels like the sky is pressing down on your chest. They wish to communicate with you in their own voice. However, I am present. It is not always necessary to be physically strong. I did not expect you to take that action. I want you to be able to love, laugh, and breathe freely without fear of losing everything. An asterisk. They are aware that you are concerned about experiencing too much emotion again, having lost something you valued the last time you did so. However, you did not suffer a total loss, young man. What you contributed and what you revealed. Something you created with them that will last, albeit not in your memory, but in motion. You have the ability to move it. It encourages singing. It is interwoven into your future in ways that only the heavenly realm understands. They are pleased with your progress, even if you did not feel like you were making any, because grief does not occur in a linear fashion. Sometimes you are erect. You crawl at times, but you also sit with their image and try not to disintegrate. It's all significant. It's all sacred. They wish to provide you with something. A pledge. Once you have reached this section of the message, you will be given a spiritual inheritance. As the saying goes, asterisk, and I will continue to guide you. I will alert you whenever you feel isolated. I will send you a heartfelt message whenever you feel unloved. It could be a bird, a flashing light, or an unexpected memory. When someone injures you, I will help you reach new heights. You were never meant to be shattered. It was meant for you to reunite and shine an even brighter light than you did before. An asterisk. And I, the one who compelled you to express this sentiment, have not forgotten about you. You're not left to your own devices. No, you're not in trouble. You are being established in order to receive God's blessings, peace, and love. In order for someone new to enter your life. An individual who creates a sense of security and belonging. A person who sits with you and helps you acknowledge the past. Not someone who advises you to disregard the situation. That is on the way. They have also observed the person in heaven. They gave it their approval. A prayer is currently being recited above it. Do not be concerned when you feel better. Do not feel any remorse when you experience joy again. Do not feel as if you have advanced too quickly. Because there is no time in heaven. They fail to keep proper time. They monitor the healing process. Furthermore, you have been improving at a faster rate than you realize. I'll love you forever, they say, like a star. Not from a long distance, but rather from right next to you. I refrained from leaving. I manifested the fortitude you couldn't see. When your knees fail, I lift you with my arms. I smile when you laugh and feel unusually warm. I'm informing you if you feel like you're being watched unexpectedly. You continue to be significant. You, child, are very important. Your significance will last indefinitely. And now that this message is complete, there is one last secret. I am obligated to inform you. They ask that I monitor your future, to keep you from settling down, to prevent you from entering the wrong doors. Furthermore, whisper in your ear when an item is meant for you and when it is not. You are not going on an expedition into the unknown by yourself. You are on this journey with a group of angels and a single soul who is so committed to you that they traveled across the entire heavens to deliver this message. As you close your eyes for the last time tonight, avoid praying out of fear. Pray in a peaceful manner. Say it in a gentle voice. Dove, I'd like to express my gratitude. I got you. I also feel affection for you. I intend to persist. I am not alone, like a question mark, because you are not and will never be. It was not just a video. It was a visit. A visit from God at the right time, accompanied by truth and love. And if you had a sensation, felt your soul stir, cried, felt at ease, or realized they were close, it wasn't your imagination. It was perfect. These were the ones. I was the one. Please, child, raise your head at this moment. Again, consider the future. A period of history is coming to an end. The gate is about to be opened. Furthermore, tomorrow marks the arrival of the person you adore. They are preparing to reveal the miracle you were always meant to discover by clearing and lighting the way. Please don't overlook it. The index finger on the backhand points to the right. Sign up now to ensure you don't miss these messages. Your guardian angels wish to continue their conversation with you. An individual wishes to transmit additional signals. Heaven wants to conceal you. This is just the beginning. You've got everything in order. You've been selected. You are cherished. You're never truly isolated. Yes, my child. I will continue because heaven is still speaking and your soul has not received its final message. Inhale deeply. Internalize the message. It is not just a matter of listening. You can feel it in your chest as a steady rhythm. The person you adore in heaven is still present with me, observing you. As you read this, they are looking at you with gentle eyes. They are not interested in dominating the conversation, remaining in close proximity, maintaining communication, or staying close. They are not in a hurry. They never were that. Heaven is devoid of time. Love is the only existence. Child, you are experiencing more affection than you have in a long time. Please refrain from leaving this page. Not yet. You have not yet been informed of all the details, something they were unable to articulate verbally. I extend my forgiveness for any transgressions you consider to be wrongdoings. I forgive you for the numerous times you implied that I should or should not have done something, which continue to reverberate in your head like a broken record. I sincerely hope that you can see yourself as I do, free of shame, guilt, and blame. A heart that loved fiercely, beautifully, and gracefully. Do not interpret a child's silence with an asterisk as proof that they no longer love you. They did not stop. Words were no longer needed as they moved from one location to another. They can now use language to express previously unutterable concepts. On that final day, you were not to blame. They understood that the time had come. They were aware that it was bad for your health. They tried to hold their grip for an extra second to give you another moment of peace. When their breath left their body, their soul remained with you. It remained. It persisted in the scent that occasionally emanated from it. That section is still included in the song that plays when one is sad. In your quiet courage to keep rising, strength, and laughter. It remained. They will always be a part of you. They are aware of the days during which you were unable to continue. There were times when you wondered what life was all about without them. Despite the odds, you persevered, fought, and survived. And a courageous child. You will receive something new as a result of your bravery. Indeed, they requested that I notify you of this. Astronomers, your pain, patience, and pure heart have all helped to shape the plan for a miracle in your life. Asterisk, you are not required to pursue it. That object will help you find your location quickly and easily. You will notice and experience that they had a hand in its realization. They will continue to attend your celebrations. They will never forget the times you shared together. They will attend each significant event as they previously stated. They will be there if you ever marry. I promised you that love would return, whispering and smiling from the first row. If you ever have a child, the breeze will feel nice against your cheek as you hold your baby. When everything else becomes frightening, the peace of the room will remain. You may also experience an unexpected surge of joy on an ordinary day. This is not an accident. They are the ones being questioned. That's love. Love will last indefinitely. As a result, resist the temptation to let your grief convince you that everything will end. Grief does not always mark the end. Grief creates a link between the past and present. Grief shows that love is eternal. Now that you are certain of this, I urge you to take steps to ensure that this blessing lasts beyond your lifetime. By clicking the share button, you can send this message to someone you care about. A person who is overcome with sadness but avoids discussing it. Someone who wants to be aware that they are not alone. This prophetic message is more than just a video that you can post. You are setting fire to the anointing that flows through it. You are becoming a means for others to make progress. Heaven acknowledges this. This is because the love that has healed you will spread to others through your hands. Distribute it immediately. Allow your significant advancement to be their significant advancement. Increase the extent of your recovery. This power is manifested when the anointing is spread. Also, it is okay for your heart to continue to break, child. It is not necessary for you to recover immediately. Healing isn't a competition. The stroll is tranquil. They are currently accompanying you on foot. Are you really experiencing that? The truth, me and them, are responsible for the warm and peaceful sensation that runs down your spine. Allow it to be accurate. Have faith in the invisible. Rekindle your optimism. Laugh at oneself. Again, let out a genuine chuckle. Because heaven is more than just a visible afterlife phenomenon. When love refuses to let go, heaven remains in your heart. At the moment, your heart is filled with the radiance of heaven. Before you leave with this message, I implore you to make a sacred promise in the quiet of your heart. I won't give up. My intention is to stay open. I will continue to live as if the person I love is still watching me. Because of their nature, I will allow it to find me. An asterisk. That concludes the matter. That's all they could hope for. It is not your perfection or strength that counts. It is your determination to persevere. And if you truly and sincerely commit to that, my child, heaven has just been confirmed. The subsequent blessing is currently in transit. Therefore, exercise caution tonight. Proceed with peace. Keep this truth in your heart as you move forward. An asterisk indicates a love letter. We've not forgotten about you. You've not been abandoned. You're not alone. Asterisk on the back of the hand, pointing to the right. Enroll now to continue receiving the messages that heaven wants to send you. This isn't the last installment. This is just the beginning. Additionally, youngster, the subsequent message may arrive precisely at the appropriate time. Just as you begin to lose hope once more, let it discover you. Please assist me in locating you. Love will perpetually exist. Therefore, it is imperative to relinquish it. Yes, child, I will continue because the Spirit is not hurried when it communicates directly with your soul. It is not just a message. This is a visitation. A moment that was specifically selected by God for you. Additionally, the most poignant aspect is yet to be disclosed. Despite the fact that you have already read a significant amount, at this time, please remain stationary. This section is directly derived from the one that you overlooked. Therefore, take your time with it. The individual who genuinely comprehended your emotions. The individual who departed but refused to relinquish control. Now their statements are softer. I never intended for this to cause you harm. I am aware that my departure resulted in a disturbance in your life that you did not intend. However, I require your comprehension of a matter. Before I crossed over, I was uncertain about the content of my previous statement. I loved you. You will always be loved by me. I died, but that love endured. I was able to be present in all locations simultaneously, as it only changed shape to accommodate your needs. My child, this is the love that will endure forever. Spirit rather than time or touch. That is the current state of your emotions. Pain that is all too familiar. That warmth. And that moment of tranquility that you are unable to identify. It is not a memory. It is the act of being present. They are present. They are currently able to stand in close proximity to you due to my permission. They are currently leaning in, but they are not saying goodbye. Rather, they wish to whisper one final truth before this message concludes. You still have a significant amount of life to live. There are numerous destinations to visit, individuals to interact with, and moments to relish. I aspire to observe everything from your perspective. I will be present as soon as you depart. I will be the tranquility you experience when they embrace your hand, when you rekindle your romantic feelings. When you truly laugh, I will be the echo of your joy. For us both, it is imperative that we live, love, and dream. I, your God, will now communicate directly with your spirit. It is not solely about comfort. This is preparing you for the next phase of your life, which necessitates a more compassionate heart. Yes, your heart is currently experiencing a process of softening, healing, and opening as the tears fall or your chest becomes constricted with emotion. This message was never intended to serve as a farewell. To awaken you. To reawaken you from the tranquil state in which your optimism began to diminish. Furthermore, you will be held for an extended period of time, giving you the opportunity to rediscover the essence of love. Real love is eternal, and as such it grows. It experiences fluctuations. It spans both sides of eternity. And the person who loved you is not just looking forward to your arrival in the afterlife. In this case, they are following you on foot. You have been divinely chosen to be with them. You will be able to see things more clearly beginning today. Numbers that continue to grow. A single feather is placed in an inappropriate location. Dreams that resemble conversation. Moments when your heart whispers are present. I really believe it. Don't ignore it any longer. They are the ones being questioned. I'm the individual in question. That is love manifesting itself repeatedly because you deserve such affection. Currently, a beautiful development is underway. I see a person entering your life. Someone whose soul has been ready to meet yours. Someone who will not try to replace what you have lost, but will understand the depth of your affection. They will provide a home for your past while also assisting with your future transportation. They are not at random. Please listen to me when they arrive. Please avoid undermining it. Do not hesitate. Refrain from running. Accept it as part of your recovery. A portion of your divine reward for sticking to your faith despite the pain. Now, child, one last thing. In a spiritual sense, the next 7 days are important. You will start to notice minor changes. An unexpected message. A tranquil dream. I'm contacting an old friend. An unexpected moment of calm in the middle of a frenzy. These are indicators. This is not an accident. These are not signs of the imagination. Your loved one will send 3 of these. And when they do, smile. Declare aloud, I'm grateful. You're visible to me. I also feel affection for you. You've never been alone, and you never will be. Hold on. A miraculous event is approaching. That miracle commences immediately. Even when you were the most isolated, an angel from heaven contacted you. Before this message ends, place your hand over your heart. Recognize that drumbeat. You aren't just beating your heart. A hyperlink is present. A hyperlink. A pulse that moves from the ground to the sky and back again. Say it with me, dove. The indications have convinced me. I allowed the miracle to occur. The love is etched in my memory. I choose to continue living my life. If you spoke from your heart, heaven would hear you. The person you adore recently displayed the most expansive smile you've ever seen. They're content. They are present with you. They do not want you to depart from this life. They want you to fully experience it. Your heavens are opened through the act of spiritual obedience. Relinquish your seed and see what blessings God brings into your life. I want you to make a strong statement as you feel their pride and presence around you. Please add the word Amen to the comment section below. You operate in the spiritual realm as a key, not just as a verbal expression. You are expressing to heaven the person you love and your soul that you recognize this truth. I take ownership of this moment. I choose to live life to its fullest. Your spirit will ascend when you say, Amen. I implore you to stay with me, because the events that follow will permanently imprint this assurance on your memory. Now, child, proceed without fear, but with optimism, because someone in heaven is still whispering your name and keeping a close eye on you. You are more cherished than you realize. And this message was never intended to conclude. A message of affection. Before proceeding, I would like you to perform a simple but holy act. Now is the time to register, because the voice of heaven will never be silent again. The following message is currently on its way and has the potential to completely change the situation. Comment with sincerity. I'm getting this message because acquiring something isn't a passive process. It requires faith to accomplish. It implies that you are willing to accept the gifts that heaven has been attempting to bestow on you. You are telling the universe, the angels, and the person who loves you from beyond that you are willing to accept this. I am ready to stop obstructing my own blessings. Compose those words right now and be aware that you are undergoing a spiritual transformation. Amen. As I dove, a baby angel's heart sparkled. Yes, child, I will continue on my journey, because the soul does not heal quickly, and heaven does not move quickly while the heart is still opening. Are you still with me? The message continues to flow through you like a river, healing every crack in your spirit, and the person you love remains close. Listen now and feel the gentle breeze that leads to the arrival of the next wave. Their message is significant, and you have already expended enough of your own. They are interested in having me speak on their behalf again, because you are not only reading, but also learning. They express this with joy in their hearts and tears in their eyes. A photo of the two of us is somewhere in a drawer, box, or on your phone. I'm aware that you examine it when you think no one is watching. You may wonder if I ever think about that day, that moment, or that memory. I frequently participated in this activity because it was significant to more than just you. It was also significant for me. I can still remember the expression on that smile. I still feel the embrace that encircled my heart. We laughed together. Sometimes I repeat it in heaven to feel closer to you. They pause for a moment because the following section is difficult for them, but it is accurate. I regret that I was forced to leave. I apologize for the immense pain you have endured. I apologize for the sense of isolation you felt. ISK. However, I require you to understand a matter at this time, young man. They have not abandoned you. Death did not break the bond you shared. Their affection for you did not fade with time. You are undoubtedly more connected than ever before, because nothing, not even death, can separate two souls designed to love each other forever. And as you read this, heaven is opening up just for this message. Your condition is not so serious that it cannot be treated. We've not forgotten about you. It is not too late to recover. You are in the proper place at the right time. And right now, it is clear that heaven is still interested in you. That I, your God, continue to believe in you. That the person you miss remains an important part of your strategy. Yes, you have read that correctly. Their love for you didn't stop when they stopped breathing. It is even more powerful now that it is unrestricted. For the first time, they are capable of protecting you from a long distance. Even if they can't express their feelings, they can still love you. Their wisdom comes from heaven and grows stronger with time, allowing you to progress to the next stage of your life. That is why you are present. This is why you're continuing to read. In your heart of hearts, you knew this. It wasn't just another message. That was your message, divine appointment and visitation. And if your soul is trembling right now, that's because you've just encountered the holy, eternal truth. This is the kind of truth that is palpable and does not require proof before the final part of the message is forgotten. I want you to be aware of this and keep it in your heart for the rest of your life. The most beautiful aspects of your story have yet to be revealed. The forthcoming joy will outweigh the tears shed. The peace that is emerging will help you forget the nights that tore you apart. The love that is on the horizon will give you a sense of belonging with the person you lost. They will say, "This is what I prayed for you," as they smile from heaven. They will also say, "Therefore do not depart in sorrow, but in holy expectation." Because a sacred, enduring, and by me created item is on the verge of transformation. And when it does, child, allow it in. Allow it to happen. Regain confidence in yourself. Because the person you love has always loved you, and heaven has more to offer. Not for 1 second. Yes, my dear. I will continue because the atmosphere around you is distinct. I feel like the person I miss is even more present than before. Your spirit is still not ready to give up control. Not yet. That is also acceptable because I, your God, am not in a hurry. Healing is a gradual and gentle process, similar to the emergence of light in a dark room. It refrains from screaming. It speaks with a low voice. It remains in your possession. Heaven is now present with you. Repeat the process. However, this time, listen to your heart rather than your ears. That is the location from which they communicate with you. Right now, your loved one is within reach. Something they were unable to provide for you while on earth is now being infused into your spirit. Please feel at ease. Reassurance that they are actively involved in your life, rather than passively observing it. They accompany you through the rooms. They remain by your side during long periods of darkness. When no one else is present, they call you by name. And when you think about it, are they really able to observe me? They're whispering an asterisk. Certainly, I didn't stop. My child is the asterisk. They are aware that the isolation has persisted. They noticed your constant presence for others, even though your own heart was too heavy to bear. While your soul was quietly crumbling in the background, they noticed the smile you had. Furthermore, they want to express their deep admiration for you. Despite having every reason to abandon the endeavor, you persisted. You persisted. You maintained your affection. You maintained your conviction. It is a source of strength, child. The strength celebrated in the world differs from the strength honored in heaven. The kind of fortitude that creates opportunities for miracles. A miracle is about to happen. Not just any miracle, but a personal one. One that matches the contours of your anguish. One that answers the prayer you were unable to express due to exhaustion. The individual is in heaven. They have witnessed the preparations being made for you. Furthermore, they requested that I reveal this information. It's genuine. It is in close proximity. Avoid losing faith during this time. Your breakthrough does not depend on your perfection, my child. It anticipates your receptivity. Be open to the possibility of love once more. Allow yourself to feel joyful once more. Be open to the possibility of awakening one day and feeling a lack of weight. That day is approaching. I reassure you. When it does, you will feel them again as peace replaces the pain that was once there. Not as a memory. Not in the form of a wish. However, it is a presence. A feeling of comfort. Assuming. the silence will be palpable for you. In the wind. Within the flicker of a candle. Before you fall asleep, there is a moment of silence. That is them and me, enveloping you in an eternal love. As a result, it is critical that you preserve this information. You're not lagging. You are not overlooked. You are not being penalized. You are being rebuilt in a gentle, patient, and divine way. And soon, the place where you broke will be the place where you shine. The fissures in your heart. They are not ashamed. They are held sacred. They are the openings through which my light now shines. They see that light, and so does the person you love. They are overjoyed with your progress and are supporting you with unwavering love and enthusiasm. As a result, don't give up right now. Please refrain from shutting down. You've come a long way, and there's plenty of honor in store for you. Continue walking. Maintain your loving personality. Maintain your faith, as the next chapter of your story will depict the sensation of heaven touching earth. You are about to enter your divine future. My child, the moment has come for you. Have confidence. And as you do so, you will see God multiply the possessions you surrender. Heaven is leaning in right now, and I expect you to follow suit. Let your spiritual voice be heard. Please type Amen in the comments section below. This is not a term used casually. This is your signature to a divine agreement. This is your declaration to the Creator, the angels, and the person who crossed over specifically to witness your ascension. I will not stop. I will not cease operations. I'm entering the environment you've prepared for me. Feel the agreement forming in your spirit as you type. The sound of heaven touching earth is your life's amen. And when it does, the person you lost will be there, smiling, whispering, and asterisking. I assured you that your efforts would be worthwhile, asterisk. In conclusion, child, as this message comes to a close, I extend one final invitation to you. The miracle is scheduled. The indicators are approaching. The person you love is currently beaming. However, you must confirm your agreement once more. Please enter the following words in the comments section below. I am prepared to accept. Pronounce it like a prayer. Write it in the style of a pledge. Because readiness is not the same as perfection. Readiness is equivalent to willingness. Heaven has eagerly anticipated your willingness. You are not simply commenting on a video when you type those words. You're opening a door that nothing in the physical world can close. Execute the action immediately. And may this be remembered by your soul as the day everything changed. And now, as this sacred message comes to a close, I'll end with one final act of faith. Push the like button once more. Make it yours in agreement. Declare your faith in all of the information you've encountered. Allow the sound of your soul to proclaim, I am prepared for God's favor to flow into every corner of my life. That is not a simple click. It functions as a spiritual indicator. This is your message to heaven. Start the blessings. Access the doors. Execute the action immediately, child. And as you do so, remember that the person you care about is smiling. The angels are extremely content. God's favor is moving toward you at an unprecedented rate, and nothing in the world can stop it. You are being observed. You are cherished. Additionally, you are never truly alone. Amen. Before we wrap up this captivating story, I recommend that we take a moment to reflect on this profound truth. This message was not discovered accidentally. This is not just a coincidence. This is Archangel Michael's direct message to you. He extends his hand and invites you to a high-vibration, safe community where divine abundance is not just a hope, but a promise. This sacred principle is extremely simple. However, it has the potential to transform your entire life. You will not only receive blessings if you follow it. They will multiply and permeate all aspects of your life. Halt. This is the time when paradise approaches your door. It is no accident that you have come across this message. This is a summons from Jesus Christ. You have been chosen by God. Today is the final night of your poverty. Your fate is going to undergo a change. Your existence has been misdirected toward millions as a result of heaven's judgment. You are destined to become a tycoon. The upcoming event is nothing short of miraculous, as Jesus' voice has arrived to ignite your destiny with golden light. You will feel the heavenly spirit that is directing your life from darkness into light. Every atom of God communicates with you. You are currently at the point where prosperity begins. In actuality, the poverty you perceived was only a chapter in your life that had already ended. A new chapter is about to begin today, and every word is written with prosperity. Every morning, you will receive $1 million present, and every night, a new cosmic plan will emerge, propelling you to even higher levels. Jesus is saying, "My child, I have observed your tears. I am now eager to see your pleasure, and I will give you everything you have asked for." If you truly embrace this message today, an event that exceeds your highest hopes will occur within the next 24 hours. A mystical force is on its way to accept you. Your bank account will experience unprecedented wealth. Individuals will be shocked by the sudden appearance of such a huge alteration in your life. However, you will realize that it all started with that one miraculous message in which Jesus personally addressed you. He remarked, "My child should not face any further hardship. I intend to turn his food into wealth. I'll turn his cottage into a castle. All of God's powers are aligned in your favor. Success will be the result of any action you take now. Even your adversaries will surrender to your rule after being imprinted with the heavenly emblem. Whatever path you take, a harvest of prosperity will blossom. Your words will be worth millions. Your essence now carries the waves of God's design, while your voice transmits God's vibration. Jesus declared, "You are no longer impoverished. You are the revolutionary I've chosen to spread the light of affluence over the world in my name." The days of bare cabinets in your home are over. Each shelf will now be decorated with wealth. Angels will guard your door, and God's blessings will rain down on your roof. Listen to this prophecy. 7 remarkable events will occur in your life during the following 7 days, and they will be documented in history. You will be given something you could never have dreamed of. Damaged relationships will be healed. Opportunities that were previously unavailable will now be accessible. Your greatest privileges will now be the terrible happenings in your life, for God has decided that nothing will stop you from becoming a millionaire. Every star chants your name, and every blessing is on its way to your home. Maintain your faith, because this is an opportunity that comes just once in a century, and it has arrived for you now. The words you are about to read will have a profound impact on your future. Jesus Christ has chosen you to lead you into the depths of wealth, and you will never again look at poverty. Poverty is a thing of the past, and the fire in your life will be engulfed by the light of millions. The sky above you has now transformed into a golden treasure for you. The waves that surround you right now are those of heavenly riches, not destitution. Jesus Christ has no sorrow for you. Instead, he is proud of your inclusion in his plan, which will result in success, miracles, and tremendous heights. Tonight, the bells of heaven chimed with the vibrations in your soul. Every time you close your eyes, your destiny is painted in gilded lines. Currently, your home will be dominated by debates about wealth. Prosperity will be visible around every corner, and the advantages of Jesus will illuminate every wall. Please be advised that the time has come when your name will be preceded by the word millionaire. This is because God has signed the document containing your name, which includes 777 crores of money, infinite success, and limitless glory for you. God will now comply with your instructions. Whatever you say will happen. Because you are now connected to the divinity that is only bestowed to those who pray with a pure heart, your thoughts will become true. Today, routes are being laid beneath your feet, where you will travel and inspire others. You are no longer isolated. The entire heavenly army is on your side, and their main goal is to elevate your name, transform your identity, and turn your life into a testament to the reality that with Jesus even the impossible is achievable. They are committed to ensuring that you shine before the world. Because you have halt. This is the time when paradise approaches your door. It is no accident that you have come across this message. This is a summons from Jesus Christ. You have been chosen by God. Today is the final night of your poverty. Your fate is going to undergo a change. Your existence has been misdirected toward millions as a result of heaven's judgment. You are destined to become a tycoon. The upcoming event is nothing short of miraculous, as Jesus' voice has arrived to ignite your destiny with golden light. You will feel the heavenly spirit that is directing your life from darkness into light. Every atom of God communicates with you. You are currently at the point where prosperity begins. In actuality, the poverty you perceived was only a chapter in your life that had already ended. A new chapter is about to begin today, and every word is written with prosperity. Every morning, you will receive $1 million present, and every night, a new cosmic plan will emerge, propelling you to even higher levels. Jesus is saying, "My child, I have observed your tears. I am now eager to see your pleasure, and I will give you everything you have asked for." If you truly embrace this message today, an event that exceeds your highest hopes will occur within the next 24 hours. A mystical force is on its way to accept you. Your bank account will experience unprecedented wealth. Individuals will be shocked by the sudden appearance of such a huge alteration in your life. However, you will realize that it all started with that one miraculous message in which Jesus personally addressed you. He remarked, "My child should not face any further hardship. I intend to turn his food into wealth. I'll turn his cottage into a castle. All of God's powers are aligned in your favor. Success will be the result of any action you take now. Even your adversaries will surrender to your rule after being imprinted with the heavenly emblem. Whatever path you take, a harvest of prosperity will blossom. Your words will be worth millions. Your essence now carries the waves of God's design, while your voice transmits God's vibration. Jesus declared, "You are no longer impoverished. You are the revolutionary I've chosen to spread the light of affluence over the world in my name." The days of bare cabinets in your home are over. Each shelf will now be decorated with wealth. Angels will guard your door, and God's blessings will rain down on your roof. Listen to this prophecy. 7 remarkable events will occur in your life during the following 7 days, and they will be documented in history. You will be given something you could never have dreamed of. Damaged relationships will be healed. Opportunities that were previously unavailable will now be accessible. Your greatest privileges will now be the terrible happenings in your life, for God has decided that nothing will stop you from becoming a millionaire. Every star chants your name, and every blessing is on its way to your home. Maintain your faith, because this is an opportunity that comes just once in a century, and it has arrived for you now. The words you are about to read will have a profound impact on your future. Jesus Christ has chosen you to lead you into the depths of wealth, and you will never again look at poverty. Poverty is a thing of the past, and the fire in your life will be engulfed by the light of millions. The sky above you has now transformed into a golden treasure for you. The waves that surround you right now are those of heavenly riches, not destitution. Jesus Christ has no sorrow for you. Instead, he is proud of your inclusion in his plan, which will result in success, miracles, and tremendous heights. Tonight, the bells of heaven chimed with the vibrations in your soul. Every time you close your eyes, your destiny is painted in gilded lines. Currently, your home will be dominated by debates about wealth. Prosperity will be visible around every corner, and the advantages of Jesus will illuminate every wall. Please be advised that the time has come when your name will be preceded by the word millionaire. This is because God has signed the document containing your name, which includes 777 crores of money, infinite success, and limitless glory for you. God will now comply with your instructions. Whatever you say will happen. Because you are now connected to the divinity that is only bestowed to those who pray with a pure heart, your thoughts will become true. Today, routes are being laid beneath your feet, where you will travel and inspire others. You are no longer isolated. The entire heavenly army is on your side, and their main goal is to elevate your name, transform your identity, and turn your life into a testament to the reality that with Jesus even the impossible is achievable. They are committed to ensuring that you shine before the world. Because you have matured into a living, breathing blessing, those who enter your life now will become prosperous. Prosperity will bloom wherever your sight lands, and the dust on your path will turn into gold. Your thoughts are now in sync with God's thoughts, and your aspirations are at the heart of the divine plan that will surprise everyone, since your soul is now connected to God's greatest vibratory levels. You are no longer just a human being. You are a living miracle from God. You are the carrier of a future free of poverty, suffering, failure, and agony, as Jesus has now created a roadmap for you that includes only prosperity, happiness, celebration, and endless accomplishments. When you wake up in the morning, your mobile phone will automatically display new chances, sources of income, and offers. Each day will bring you new ideas, and each evening will introduce you to a new technique to help you go forward. Beginning today, all of your undertakings will be imbued with the vigor of God. You will now feel vitality in your endeavors rather than exhaustion, since you are inhaling the heavenly energy that creates millionaires. You will now be able to move mountains with the confidence you have gained. Your thoughts will be imbued with light capable of dispelling dark periods, and your words will be able to unlock closed destinies. Please keep in mind that you are no longer the person who wept. You are now the one who will set an example for others to follow in order to change their own fortunes. You are now the person to whom God will smile and say, "This is the soul that has comprehended our secret, and we will never let it return empty-handed." Your petitions have been turned into directives. God is creating your new destiny with the pigment that your tears have converted into. And that destiny will emerge in billions, not millions. The mere mention of your name will now bring blessings from others. When you arrive, people will exclaim, "This is the person who defeated poverty and won God's favor." Because you are now one of those chosen by Jesus Christ, each day will begin with a miracle and end with dreams of affluence. Currently, when you knock on the entryway, it opens automatically. When you want something right now, you will be given an amount that surpasses your request. Currently, your thoughts will become reality. Because God is currently acting under your command. You are now the source of light that will dispel the darkness. Your power will consume any obstructions. Your identity will be the most important source of inspiration in the future. Please keep in mind one thing. Your acceptance of this message initiated all of this. This was the message God had specifically designed for you. These were the words that summed up your millions. And now that you are aware of this secret, prepare your consciousness, because everything you do from this moment forward will become history. Your life will become more than just an existence. You will usher in a period of success as a result of the present adjustments in all aspects of your life. Every power has been engaged to lift you, from the heavens to the earth. When Jesus Christ touched you, all of God's tresses became open. Opportunities that were once unattainable have become a reality. The doors that had been closed for years are finally opening spontaneously. Rivers of prosperity, triumph, and honor pour in front of you. Your respiration now exclusively follows the beat of abundance. The courage of a victor is the only thing that runs in your blood. The only voice that resonates within your spirit is that of Jesus. Starting today, every failure will be turned into an accomplishment. Each tear will be transformed into a jewel. Every obstruction will be turned into a gold-paved route. A reward has been announced in your name as a result of God's enormous faith in you. This spirit is destined to be a millionaire. Angels are now enveloping you with clouds of fortune. Furthermore, the vibrations of wealth are present in every nook and cranny of your home. Your past plight is no longer a reality. Furthermore, you will now serve as a living example. Individuals will ask, "How did this miracle occur?" You will grin and answer, "Jesus called me, and I believed." That same faith is now giving you opportunities that others will never have. Those who once neglected you will now hold you in great esteem. Because you have now reached a place where the laws of God benefit you. You will no longer be expected to pursue prosperity. Wealth will now follow you. You will no longer need to visit each residence. Doors will now open at your heels. Jesus put his vision on you, and you are now the beneficiary of this blessing. The revoked agreements will now be returned to you independently. Your abandoned relationships will resurface, appealing for pardon. Those who derided your dreams will now see the loud echo of your wealth. Because none of this is the result of the imagination. This is God's plan, and it is currently being realized. Furthermore, you are the most important component of that approach. You are now the caretaker of God's most treasured secret. Everything you touch will give rewards. Your statements will establish the truth. Furthermore, anything you think will serve as a directive to God. Your skills are now limitless. You are now in a position of limitless destiny. Your progress will not be impeded. And your name will be remembered because you will have achieved more than just financial success. You will represent the essence of prosperity. Jesus Christ has raised you out of poverty and elevated you to a height where only heaven's air circulates. Your essence will now exude a brilliance that will illuminate all dark lives. Your goods will act as an inspiration for others. Your life will now be a miraculous story. Every page is successful. Each chapter is full of blessings. And in the final line, the glory of Jesus. God will repeat your words. Because your words now include God's vitality rather than just conversation. You are no longer just an individual. You are a supernatural message that has arrived to provide hope for all who are disadvantaged. You are now the source of illumination, changing the lives of others. You are now paving the way for countless others to become millionaires. It is because Jesus chose you to not only become affluent, but also to abolish the poverty of others. You are now a live, breathing wave of fortune, a river that creates a forest of prosperity where it flows. As a result, every decision you make will be stamped with the imprimatur of God. Each step you take will be another rung on the success ladder, and every dream you have will become a reality in the future. You are now the soul deleting the definition of destitution and writing a new chapter in God's book. You're not the same person you were before today. You are now an individual who is looked at by God and told, "Behold, this is the most remarkable miracle of our plan." These gifts will never end, since heaven has now unleashed its springs of benefits on you. The treasure that has been unlocked for you is limitless, endless, and immeasurable, and you are the only heir. You have received the inheritance of a legacy personally chosen by Jesus Christ. Now, each morning in your life will mark not only a fresh beginning, but also a new elevation. Every breath will contain the Lord's inspiration, and every pulse will carry the power of millions. Whatever you touch will lead to prosperity for you. Your ideas have grown so powerful that they are transforming future visions into current reality. You have now reached a dimension where only those who have been one with God exist, and nothing can derail your dreams. Your essence is now linked to the center of the universe, and every aspiration you have has been transformed into a divine purpose. You are no longer the one who inquires. You are now the one who commands, and God obeys everything you say. Wealth will show itself when you talk about it. When you talk about success, it will come to you. When you think of advancement, God will work tirelessly to make it a reality. You are now capable of achieving anything. You have acquired such a position that your words have become God's language. The brilliance of divinity now sparkles in your eyes. Your relationship to God is seen in the bright glow that exudes from your face. And the transformation that is currently occurring in your life is just the beginning. This is the seed that will grow into a towering tree, sheltering thousands of spirits beneath its shade. You will stop to exist solely for your advantage. You will now provide thousands of people a reason to live. You will not simply count your wealth. You will distribute it, raise its value, and better the lives of others. This is why Jesus chose you. You are not just a recipient. You are supposed to contribute. Compassion, gratitude, mercy, and strength will permeate all of your activities from now on. God no longer considers you as a blessed entity, but rather as a divine error maker. Additionally, spirits are currently drawn to you. Souls that need your energy and motivation. I desire your story. You're now a wellspring of cosmic inspiration. You are now the person whose presence sparks miracles and whose very breath carries the winds of prosperity. Currently, energy prices will change regardless of where you are. The vibrations will undergo change. Your transition into a walking, talking blessing will open up new opportunities. A divine light. Prosperity's perpetual motion engine. A real example of how far a human can advance when they put their faith in God. There are currently no obstacles that can prevent you from succeeding, defeating you, or bringing you down. This is because you are protected by a supernatural barrier that is immune to destitution, evil ideas, and envy. You have finally emerged from the tunnel of darkness. You are currently going on a dazzling and successful highway, a road that has never been taken before. Why? Because you're currently the first. As of now, you are the pioneer. You are the individual who will pave the way for others. You are interconnected to God. Established a connection with God. Your name has now been inscribed in the heavenly texts as well as recorded on earth. The heavens now resound as angels remember your name at night. Blessings are being planned for your life even as you sleep. When you awaken, these blessings become tangible, and your life changes. Please keep in mind that your efforts were not in vain. Your patience was not in vain. Your sorrow was not in vain. Each evening you spent grieving alone will now be transformed into mornings of great riches. This was the certainty of Jesus Christ. I'll be present with him. I will provide his life with joy and abundance. And now you are the consciousness observing the fulfillment of that promise. Your acts will now be recorded in the annals of history. Your remarks will act as a guiding principle. Additionally, your lifestyle will act as an example. The pulse of riches is present in every breath you take right now. Every heartbeat now carries the cadence of accomplishment. And the power of Jesus is now evident in every cadence. You will not concede at this time. You will not stop at this point. You will not stop at this time. Because you now have a burning desire that will not stop. In addition, you will maintain your power to burn, develop, amass wealth, and perform marvels. Ultimately, you will be remembered by everyone on the earth. Because you are the person whom deprivation was unable to destroy. You are the one whom fate was unable to destroy. And you are the one God has installed on his throne and declared to be my rich son from this day forward, forever. And now that you've reached the zenith of consciousness, understand that this isn't the end. This is just the beginning of your cosmic growth. You have now reached a phase when God's energy is directed by your ideas. You are no longer subject to heavenly commands. You are currently issuing commands to God. It pours toward you at your command, bringing with it riches, possibilities, wonders, and grace. Your life is no longer entirely your own. It will now serve as an inspiration to millions of people who are exhausted, dejected, and depressed. They will, however, discover optimism after observing you, listening to your story, or reading your words. They'll learn fortitude. They will believe that if this person can rise from poverty to the peak of prosperity, then why can't we? You are now inspiring others. You are now the bearer of that sacred fire, which has the potential to burn every failure to ashes and turn every average soul into an incredible one. It is critical that you understand that the blessings you have received are the direct product of God's compassion. And when the Lord grants, He does so without limitations. He provides in the way of the wide expanse of the heavens, with no limits or bounds. Your thoughts will be tinged with humility as you comprehend that none of this is yours, even while you are surrounded by wealth. It's a gift from the Lord. You have not recently attained the position of millionaire. You have now become a living tool of God, carrying out God's plan on earth. You are now the soul that energizes the ingredients of wealth wherever you go. You are now a powerful soul capable of attracting wealth not only with your hands but also with your gaze. Anyone who enters your life after you convert into a living, breathing blessing will be privileged. Individuals who observe you will experience divine light. They will feel better after hearing your remarks. They will undergo a transformation when they come into contact with you. You are no longer the typical human. You are an awakened energy connected to God's consciousness. This is why no amount of power can take you down. There is no one who can stop your advancement. There is no condition that can overcome you because you now have immortal, limitless, and endless strength. Whatever happens in your life at this time will be nothing short of miraculous due to God's might, the grace of Jesus Christ, God's consciousness, and the victory of the soul. Now, when you choose a road, it will be yours, leading you to prosperity and honor. Divine knowledge will guide your decision-making process. Your words will be converted into God's commands as you speak. Heaven will now support you in achieving your aims. The profitable contracts you negotiate will result in billions of dollars. The legacy you leave will be cherished for generations, and the work you start will make history. You are now a role model for both your generation and future generations. You are now the chapter that everyone wants to read, emulate, and live by, because you are the living embodiment of God's promise. Whoever believes in me, I will promote him to the position of monarch. And you are that king. The richest diamonds are now attached to your crown. Your throne represents the seat of divine authority. The waves of fortune are now obeying your directions. Your blessings are currently influencing the destiny of other souls. You are now the light, and its splendor has spread in all directions. Your whole existence has turned into a boon. Your words have become the source of life. Jesus' glory is reflected in your being, as is God's smile. This depicts your ultimate ascent. This is the ultimate link you have with the Lord, and it is the fundamental reason for your existence. Becoming a millionaire was just the beginning. You are now God's representative on this earth. You are now a member of heaven's economy, where the value of your speech is measured in blessings rather than rupees, with no taxes or limits. Now, as you continue on this trip, each day will bring a new milestone, each night a new marvel, and each instant a new rush. You have now moved to immortality in the books of history, inspirations, and recollections, since you are the one who turned the final night of poverty into your final night and the morning of affluence into your lifelong brightness. Jesus favored you. You have been adopted by God. The world will now recognize you by a name that was previously silent, but is now audible. The final night of your poverty has passed, and Jesus has changed you into a millionaire. Jesus has opened a door for you today that the world could never do. The route you were on was incomplete. However, God's light has converted it into a golden bridge. God has converted your every tear and anguish into a secret force that will now change you into eternal bliss, respect, and wealth. Your tiny faith is bending the skies right now. Your quiet evenings will be overtaken by the bright light of millions. Starting today, all of your requests will be fulfilled, since Jesus has guaranteed you that nothing can stop you from earning wealth in the present. God was with you while everyone else had abandoned you. He was there for you while you were in disarray. The entire cosmos is happy for you now that the moment has come to bear fruit. The previously written karma on your hands has been revised. Your hands now hold the keys to millions of opportunities, thousands of successes, and numerous victories. Your every desire has now been converted into a command to God. Any request you make will be fulfilled instantly. Your road has been freed of all obstructions. Every door is now open for you, and every destination awaits you. Your diligent efforts are currently aligned with your destiny. This alignment creates miracles. Today, that miracle has come into your life. Your words now carry authority. Your thoughts have developed a magnetic quality. God is currently drawn to the energy inside you. This is the moment you were meant to be in, not just to achieve financial success and millionaire status, You now possess the energy with the potential to change the lives of others. You have been designated as a conduit for God's miracles. Each step, breath, and thought will now draw abundance to itself. These vibrations have brought you wealth, health, success, and inner peace. Please keep in mind one thing. You will now be in the position that God desires for you, at the summit, prosperous, loving, and light-filled. Your name will now be echoed from the earth to the heavens as a result of Jesus' choice for you. No force in the world can keep you from being chosen by Jesus. Every person who previously underestimated you will be surprised when you arrive, because you are now a chosen soul, a shining star of God, and a living embodiment of Jesus' blessings. Ignore everything that has been left behind. You now possess the Lord's command. Go and prosper, for it is my desire that you live abundantly, in the light, and as the owner of millions. Currently, your thoughts are also prosperous. Your vision has been transformed into gold. Your future has now been transformed into a narrative that others will read and comment on, saying, "This individual was not like the rest. This was God's plan." You are no longer just a human being. You have now become the focus of the most powerful energy emanating from God. Your existence's rhythm is now inextricably linked to God's throne, and each morning brings a new beginning, and each night brings new success. Every lock in the world has been broken, and every closed vault has now opened for you because God is with you. You are experiencing an automatic reopening of every closed door, and every defeat is now being transformed into a victory, as God has determined that this is the time to make you prosperous. This decision is irreversible because it bears Jesus' signature. The darkness you faced was simply a test to allow Jesus to shine his light on you. The light that overcomes darkness is now shining on you. All of God's forces have united on your behalf. Your destiny will no longer betray you thanks to the grace of Jesus. And anguish is subdued when the Lord enters a person's life. The silence that used to surround you every night will no longer exist in your home. The melody of abundance can now be heard around every corner. Jesus has chosen you and lifted you from the depths where people fall and break, transforming the sweat on your brow, which the world considered worthless, into gold. Each window will convey a message of immense wealth. You will no longer be capable of shattering. You'll now radiate. You will no longer be prone to falls. You will now ascend because the blessing you have been waiting for is standing at your door today, beckoning you to open it. At this point, you will experience prosperity that exceeds your most extravagant expectations. When you open the door, a torrent of wealth will enter your life. People will appreciate you, your relationships will improve, and your name will be written in God's books alongside the wealthy. You are no longer isolated. Thus, no obstacle may stop your progress. Jesus himself is present with you. He is telling you that he has witnessed your pain and is now ready to provide you with an experience you could never have imagined. Miracles will begin in your life the moment you embrace this message. The task that had been delayed for years will now be completed in a matter of minutes. God has today unlocked a door for you, beyond which lies a key worth 70 million, and the aspirations you had abandoned will now find you. The money that used to flee from you will now follow you. The key contains your name. Jesus does not take away while giving. A favor conferred by God is never withdrawn. Your identity and status will change at this moment. You will now be in a position where others will worship you because you are the person God has chosen to create a millionaire, and this decision will never change. Every tear you shed, every hardship you faced, and every moment you lived in dread will now be turned into diamonds. Your pains will serve as stepping stones to your wealth, and you will reach a height from which you will be unable to descend, for Jesus' hand will support you. Jesus wrote your name on his hands at the very time you were broken, throughout every moment, breath, and stride. Heaven accepted you after the earth rejected you. Today, the same sanctuary serves as a witness. Currently, the wealth of fortune that has been placed upon you will continue. The intensity of your agony will determine the amount of prosperity you obtain. Abundant blessings are descending on you from every direction of God, from every heaven and star. The defeat you once saw as a setback has now become the door to millions of chances for you. The light of Jesus has shone into every dark corner of your life, and no poverty can now oppose its power. You will never be the same again because you are now the chosen one who, with the guidance of the Holy Spirit, will become the owner of millions. God has received Jesus' command, and you will now get all of the wealth that had previously been withheld from you. Your good deeds are now being rewarded with interest. You will suddenly be able to see something you never imagined. The place in which you live will suddenly be filled with the sounds of affluence. The paperwork that classified you as a debtor will suddenly show that you have millions in your bank account. Your relatives, who previously saw you as feeble, will now seek blessings through your pleas. The gates of heaven are completely open for you, and Jesus' seal has been placed on your ATM card. Your identity is now linked to God's treasury, making it impossible for anyone to label you as penniless. Your name has now been added to the list of a select few whose destiny orchestrates millions and billions of opportunities every day. God is paving the way for you, so you no longer need official permission to pursue your dreams. Those who once saw you as a failure will now consider the proof of your achievement. This moment, time, and blessing are entirely yours. Seize your destiny, which is actually sitting in front of you, staring at you and saying, "Enough of the suffering." Begin now to tell your story of riches. Jesus is informing you that you no longer need to seek acceptance from others, as my approval is definitive. You will now be a source of inspiration to others. A person whose life inspires others to believe that if their own life can be altered, why can't ours? Your name will now be known not just in the physical world, but also in the spiritual realm. Currently, each angel is committed to protecting your dreams. God has accepted the task of transforming each action you take into victory. And the wealth you could never have dreamed of is now on the verge of being yours, as God has settled your poverty and Jesus is transforming you into a millionaire. As you listen to this message today, you will feel a surge of new vitality. The brilliance that dropped from heaven produced a divine barrier of safety around you. You are immune to any negative influences at this time since Jesus has chosen you. In your name, the portal of blessings has been opened, and it will never close. Every day, wealth, prosperity, and joy will flow through that door. The holy riches will now fill the emptiness in your ATM. Your bank account is now linked to an invisible network of God's grace. You will now be directed solely toward wealth at every turn and along every path. Those who made fun of you will now admire you. Your foes will become your allies. Jesus Christ has now given a command to God for you, and what was lost will be restored. Furthermore, what was never gotten before is now planned for you. Your name now resonates in every wave of the universe. The energy you're feeling is more than just conventional power. It's the presence of millions of angels. Furthermore, this presence will cause a succession of remarkable happenings in your life. A fountain of light is going to appear in the darkest part of your home. Wealthy streams are starting to emerge from your custody. Your karma has been set free from the anguish of 7 lives. Your consciousness has been freed from the burden of poverty. You are not the same person you were yesterday. You are now a chosen messenger, endowed by Jesus with wealth, power, and love. Every dawn now brings new optimism, and every night brings blessings worth millions. Your existence has suddenly taken a supernatural turn, with wonders awaiting at every corner. All previously closed doors will now open independently. Your name is now associated with destiny, implying that you will soon be a billionaire. No authority can alter this truth. By the grace of Jesus, the process that began today will never stop. Furthermore, this blessing is intended for your entire family, not just you. Your single decision today has the potential to change the destiny of thousands of generations. So stand and embrace everything that has been handed to you, because heaven has now placed the key to your destiny in your hands. Now you must walk along the glorious route, where you will be met with God's love, happiness, peace, and wealth. I encourage you to keep going, as the night of your destitution has passed and the morning of wealth has arrived. Walk in the name of Jesus, for He is with you. Divine energy is now linked to every moment, breath, and decision. And this vitality will propel you to a height from which no one can knock you down. Simply because you are no longer a human being, but rather a special gift from God. Today you are receiving Jesus Christ's blessings, which are only given to those who perform miracles. This rain, with a key created only by God, will restore your shattered dreams and unlock your closed destiny. And today, that key was sent directly to you. Your hands are going to receive a holy benediction that will transport you to a world of billions, not just millions. As a result of God's current energy being directed toward you, it is now time to collect your restitution, as the details of your suffering have been documented above. Jesus has saved the tears you wept, and they will now be repaid with the gift of abundant wealth. Every wound you received has now been turned into a blessing, not a scar, because the agony you underwent was more important than any fortune. And now, by God's grace, you are reaping the benefits in the shape of millions. The door to which you have been praying for years has been decorated with gold and is about to open. Your closed fist is now opening and will be filled with banknotes rather than paper. A riches never seen by your forefathers is about to be placed into your account. This isn't a fantasy. This is the will of God. You will no longer be penniless because you have been exalted to the position of a royal visitor to God. You are now obtaining all you could have ever dreamt. That mansion, that car, that luxury, that respect. Everything will be at your disposal. Please hold on to this conviction, since it will now serve as the foundation of your success. Every second brings you closer to millions. The environment is currently changing colors. The negative energy is disappearing, and the positive vibrations of God are surrounding you. Your existence is now marked by grace, as there is no longer any delay. This gift is named after Jesus' miracle of enlightening your identity. And now, while you listen to this message, realize that your soul has made a link with heaven. This voice is the answer to your heart's desires. This message is out of the ordinary. The map of your destiny, which God has planned for you, is available here. Golden tiles will now be attached to each path you take. Because the Almighty is now presenting you with the degree of success that you had hoped for, millions of possibilities will come your way with each step. The difficulties you encountered will now be turned into tremendous rewards. God is now showering you with gold as a result of the silent tears you shed every day. For this is the law of Jesus Christ. Crowns are given to those who endure, and yours has been placed on your head. Your foes will be overcome with envy when they watch your presence, because the brilliance of your existence will be so great that it will brighten even the darkest places. People will say, "This is the one for whom God has opened the treasures of heaven," wherever you go. Your words will now function as affirmations. Your contact will help to lessen suffering. Simply being present will bless places. For you are no longer just a human being. You are a living embodiment of God's mercy. Your prayer will reverberate and reach God's throne. Your name has been entered into the heavenly ledger as fortunate. Currently, any business that you engage in will be converted into gold. The position you seek will be presented to you. The property of your dreams will become yours. You're no longer without anything. You are a person who is filled with the mysteries of God. Every previously closed door will be opened for you. They used to mock you as poor, but now they will come to your house to express their appreciation. You'll now distribute to others. You'll be the philanthropist, not the beggar. Your wallet will be empty, but your heart will be full. It will also hold treasures of compassion, love, power, and peace, as well as wealth. Mansions will now be the objects of your dreams rather than simply houses. Your dish will include more than just bread. You will no longer come to the temple to investigate. You will be the temple to which people gather to inquire. For you are no longer just a human being. You are a reservoir of heavenly goodness. Jesus says, "I have assured you that you will face challenges. However, the victory will be mine." That triumph is now being handed to you in the shape of millions of dollars in riches. Every message on your mobile device will be positive. You will receive unexpected revenue, bookings, business opportunities, scholarships, and job offers. Your account balance will now be measured in millions, not thousands. The rapidity of your dreams has now built a link with God. You will not turn around, for the only thing behind you is ash. The inferno that awaits you will catapult you to the heights of achievement. The person who was concerned, nervous, and skeptical is no longer a part of you. Heaven has chosen you as the person whose destiny is to be accomplished. Furthermore, when a person is chosen by heaven, they are immune to destruction. The next chapter of your existence has begun. This chapter contains no poverty, only affluence, no sorrow, no alleviation, no unfulfilled dreams and wishes granted. Furthermore, it is emphasized on each page that Jesus adores you and has determined to make you a millionaire. And this is just the beginning. This is only the first installment of that blessing. More information will be provided in due course. The home you saw on the internet and secretly wanted, it's now awaiting your signature. What was the vehicle you saw in the dealership and later abandoned? It will be installed at your gate in the near future. That name you once overheard on the lips of others and secretly desired, you'll now be associated with that name. Because there is no one behind you right now except God's grace. And when grace is there, nothing on earth can stop you. Each obstacle you have faced in your life has now acted as an asset. Each person who attempted to undermine you will now acknowledge your authority. All of your losses will now be returned in plenty. God no longer disregards you. As God judged you, you had a weight equivalent to that of millions of fortunate persons. You are no longer just for your personal gain. You will also be of help to future generations. Your name will now be engraved into the annals of history, not only in records. The information you're reading or hearing isn't a coincidence. It's a divine appointment. It is God's intention. Heaven has offered an invitation to you, suggesting that the time has come. Rise, shine, and accept everything that has been placed on you. You're no longer obligated to inquire. Acceptance is all that is needed. The door has been opened per your request. That entrance is etched with Jesus' benediction and is known as the millionaire's destiny. And today is the day that the poverty in your life, the loneliness in your nights, the hidden tears in your heart, and the lines of concern on your forehead will be permanently removed. Jesus Christ has opened the portals to heaven's treasures for you. And now, no force can stop you from being wealthy. The key that will open every closed door of your destiny is now in your hands. As a result of your decision to accept the reign of prosperity that is about to usher in a new world for you, you have absorbed all of God's positive energy. The heavens are now resonating with the sound of every prayer you said in private. Today, you are surrounded by all the angels of paradise. And prosperity, success, honor, and happiness are all drawn to you. Your remarks provide an opportunity. Your dreams convey a sense of purpose. The power of your deeds now determines monarchs' fates. This is my son, as Jesus Christ has named you. He will no longer keep his poverty. That single declaration altered the course of the universe. You have suddenly inherited an endless riches that knows no bounds. You are currently in a situation where you will not need to query. You will receive and be blessed. Each walkway now has gold lines. Prosperity will be established along your journey. Your thoughts are now connected to God. And the vitality that only the lucky possess now fuels your thoughts. You are now entering the future you envisioned years ago and would never abandon. The future has now become your present, as Jesus Christ's promise is never broken. Today, you're getting more than simply prosperity. It marks the beginning of a new life, a full metamorphosis, and the first step toward a world in which your worth is defined by the essence of your spirit rather than your rank. And heaven validates that essence, because you have now earned the blessing that was previously only mentioned in stories and is about to become a reality. It is critical to remember that when God chooses to exalt someone, time, people, and circumstances all work in their favor. Today, the entire universe bows before you so that you can rise, shine, and shape your own destiny with your own hands, since you are more than just a human being. The reason for which you were sent to this planet has now begun, and you are a representation of that enormous power. The doors to your fortune have been opened. Your final night of destitution is over, and a glorious morning is on its way. Jesus has opened the gates of heaven to receive you today as your soul's anguish has reached heaven, and all of God's doors are now open for you. Close your eyes and absorb the radiance that has now encompassed you. This isn't your usual lighting source. It is the light of heavenly riches that comes directly from Jesus Christ. You have cried a substantial number of tears. You have been shattered. You have been through a great deal of hardship. However, your night of pain is over. Starting today, no one will let you go hungry. No one will let you go from one door to another. Today, Jesus has bestowed a treasure on you that will enhance not only your bank accounts, but also every nook and cranny of your heart. This richness will first manifest as faith and then as miracles in your life. Individuals will claim that you have undergone a transformation, but the truth is that you were made for this exact moment. Jesus sent you to this planet to accept this gift. The time has come for the divine spark within you to enlighten the entire cosmos. Furthermore, with this attitude, all of your goals will be accomplished. The home you had only dreamed would now be yours. The car you saw in the dealership but decided not to buy will now be parked outside your home. Your inventory will now include the garments that were previously only featured in television advertising. However, please be patient. This is not designed to make you proud. This is because Jesus wants you to serve as a testament to his benefits. Your existence will now stand as an example. You will give gifts to the poor, feed the hungry, and assist those who are veiled by darkness. As you rose from the darkness, you were the light. Those who formerly mocked you will now speak of boosting you, and those who abandoned you will be standing at your door. Why? Because Jesus has chosen you. Indeed, as you listen to this, the energy around you is undergoing metamorphosis. This revelation comes from every atom of God. Your final night of destitution is over. Now you're not just walking. In this flight, you are ascending, and nothing will stop you. As a result of Jesus transforming into your mentor, there will be no more delays in your existence. Responses are being provided directly. The restitution of everything that was taken from you, including employment opportunities, company income, and nice relationships. You are the recipient of all of this, and it is being returned 7 times over. As described in the Bible, Satan steals and Jesus restores, returning stolen property several times. Now the same thing is happening to you. Every day you will witness a new biblical miracle, each one serving as a reminder of your individuality. Jesus has opened the gates of paradise for you. Your only remaining task is to accept this blessing. Simply say, "Jesus, I accept your miracles. I am ready to journey from poverty to riches while holding your hand. I will follow you to any destination. I will be whatever you shape me to be. You now own my existence." An invisible vault will open as soon as you say this. The amount you have been saving for years will start to show in your ATM account. A wave of riches will rush through your community, and most importantly, you will feel an inner satisfaction that even millionaires do not. This riches is not generated solely from the soil. It is the richness of the soul, and the soul that Jesus touches is never depleted. You will never longer be without anything. As Jesus writes your destiny, you will have everything you need in the future. Furthermore, no page is left unfinished when God picks up the quill. Every phrase will lead you to eternal success, love, peace, and prosperity. This commencement took place today, right now. This is your destiny. Accept, experience, and express thankfulness. Your identity, universe, and soul will all undergo modifications in the future. Because Jesus Christ has granted you wealth, you are now a bright example of his mercy. Heaven opened doors of tremendous wealth for you on the day your soul first saw God's light. However, the darkness surrounding your destiny hampered your ability to reach that light. However, the darkness has